everyone, and welcome back. If you've been doing your homework, you have a finished product and you are like itching to get it uploaded. But wait, don't do it, not yet. We got some things we need to do. So coming up, we are going to do some of those things to get your product PDF ready so that we can take that next closer step to uploading your first TPT product. Stay tuned. My name is Lorianne, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk about teacher side hustles, and we are in third video for creating and uploading your first Teachers Pay Teachers product. It's coming. I want to say we're halfway there. It's a lot more than just creating a product. No one told me that you had all this stuff you needed to do. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to make the assumption that you've got your product done, and then B, we've got to add a few more things to it. So in a moment, I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you making a cover, making a table of contents, making a terms of use, and then a thank you credits page to basically acknowledge the clip art artists and the font artists that you used. And if you didn't use anybody, that page is going to be really easy. After you've created your product, the first couple times that you are making all these extra things to get your product ready for uploading, it can take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours. And that sounds horrible, but it's true. There are a lot of things we need to do. If you've ever gone on to TPT, and I'll show you that in a moment as well, you'll see that it asks for a lot of stuff. And to just have your PDF or your product done and ready for upload, there's a few steps missing. In fact, when I was planning all these videos, I actually forgot to write down these little steps that we're covering today in my list. So I thought we were actually going to be uploading today too, but we're not, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were hoping to upload. We've got to make sure these things are done. So let's turn the camera around. I'm going to take you to Teachers Pay Teachers. I'm going to show you where you're going to upload a product, and then you can see the list of things that you need to do and have ready when you upload that product. And then what I'll do is I'll go to PowerPoint. I'll go into one of my unfinished products, and I'll show you a cover, table of contents, a terms of use, and a thank you credits page. And some of those are going to be from a template, because now instead of doing 1 to 3 hours to do all this stuff, I can do it in less than an hour. And that is huge. It's still a long time to get it all done, but it's significantly better. So let's turn the camera around and I'll show you some stuff. So where you go first is over to your store name, to dashboard, and I'm going to add a new product. Here are the 4 options of product type. This one on the end is for bundles. This one is for Google Drive if you are creating a Google Slides project. I will be showing you this one on the next video. This one is you can actually make a mini course or mini instructional video product, and you can use this, but this is where we are right now. We're going to select a file from the computer. So as you can see, there are a few things that we need, and I haven't got them all ready yet. You are going to need your title, you're going to need your files, and as you can see, there's a few places for files. Your file is going to get dropped here, and it's up to 1 gig. We need a preview file, we need a video file, we need thumbnails. So if I go here, upload now, the cover is going to go here, the optional thumbnails are going to go there. So as you can see right there, we need 7 things. Most of the time I do 6. Most of the time I do the file, the video, and then the 4 here. And then we need to have a description here for our product, what we're going to price it at. And just focus on this one. Tax codes, which is, I just use the bottom one. The grade levels, TPT recommends not making a grade level more than 3 or 4. Don't click K to 12 unless it's something very, very specific. We've got to put in our subject areas, our resource types, our custom categories. If there are any Common Core standards, Next Gen standards, Texas, which I don't know to be honest, and Virginia. So I usually only just check the Common Core standards if it's appropriate for Canada. Teaching duration, how many slides or how many pages your resource is, if you're providing an answer key, and then here is as part of the copyright. If you have purchased any clip art and you're using it in your product, this will be the second box, that you attest that you have used copyrighted materials and it doesn't infringe upon intellectual property. So part of the terms of use when you purchase clip art is that you will abide by this one. So you would just change that to this one, and then it will create. So as you see, you've got a fair bit of work to do. It takes 1 hour roughly to do all of this. Even when I'm batching, I still find it takes an hour. So let's start with the PDF. So I'm going to just minimize this, and I'm going to open up PowerPoint. This is let's pretend this is finished. It is not. Now what I need to do is when I have my pages done, I need to create my cover page. I need to create a thank you and a terms of use page. Sometimes you can get them on the same page. Depending on the amount of clip art you use, you might want to put it on a separate page. And depending again on what you're creating, you might even want to do a table of contents. So let me do that actually. I'm going to insert a blank slide and it will automatically come up with my frame on it. So here I just want to do a text box and just write table of contents. And as you remember from the last one, I had defaulted my font so that it's consistent with the fonts of my other stuff. Now what I do here is I insert a table and I only need two columns, and then let's just do 8 for now, and I make this one skinny and this one long, and I get rid of the header row and the banded rows. Move this up. I'm going to get rid of the shading, but I'm going to keep the borders for now. And then what I want to do is I want to have how I use this product. That's a good page to have. It might even, again, be a half a page. I would like to do a cover, counting pennies cover. So I'll create a cover for the teacher. And then I've got a how many pennies and how much. I'm going to make a hyperlink of the page numbers so that a teacher could click on that PDF, click on that page number, and it will take her him directly to the page number. So that's a table of contents. I have not done the front page, so let's do that. I consistently use this band or a straight blue band on all my products. Again, that's me trying to be consistent. Now, I don't think I want this on my cover, so I am going to get rid of it. And how I do that is I go to Design, Format, Reset. But the band stays on everything else. So I've got that now. I'm needing a picture, so I've got to take some photos. I need a picture of one of the pages so I can put it on there. My logo goes, when I create a cover, my terms of use, I make them as a template so that I can keep using them over and over again, so I'm not reinventing the wheel. So that's why this terms of use you can see over here on the left, that's a pre-done one. That way it saves me so much time when I'm doing this. So then I just size it. I will put my copyright. I put my copyright on everything, even if it's not very. Now I need a picture. And KG, this particular font isn't very bold, so let me just go down. You want something bold that is easy to read when someone is looking at this product on their phone. And I made a video about that, which I will link up to. Okay, so that's better. I could add a stock photo. Okay, so here's a possible cover. Again, I want to have a real photo, but that's a possibility. I am not a graphic designer in any stretch. When I start making some bigger money, I will be hiring a VA very quickly to do this, because there are people who are much better at this. There's a cover to get me going, copyrights on it, title, logo, so it just needs a photo. The next thing you will need is your terms of use and thank yous. This one is a standard one that I have. If you would like a copy of it, let me know. I'm just going to get rid of that border. But decide how you want your product to be used. Are there certain things that they are allowed to do and not allowed to do? Write it out. The clearer you are, the better it is if something goes wrong, and hopefully it never does. Thank yous. You want to encourage your buyers to give you a review, good or bad. A lot of people don't care too much about the bad reviews as long as they saw that you acknowledged the bad review, and we all get a bad review. Just know it's going to happen and deal with it and move on. Have a thank you, and then ways to reach you. I purchased these little icons from Etsy. I think they cost me $2. You can get little sets that way, but I liked it because it matched the watercolor that I use, and I usually have this in another font. This is my template that I use. If you want to do scripts, this is where you do your scripts. Here, if you've got more than a couple products, this little section down here is where you want to invite your buyer to consider another product of similar skills or concepts. Right now so I've got to add in some thumbnails. And then the last thing I need to add, so I've got my cover, I've got my terms of use, I need a thank you page for all the clip art artists and font artists that I use. And again, I have a pre-made one, and I will usually many people put it at the end, but many put it at the beginning. These are font artists that I use continually, and I'll just clean out some of these clip art artists that I'm not needing for this particular one. By the way, KG fonts, they are free to download, but if you are going to sell a resource, you are required, again, part of terms of use, to purchase. KG fonts is Kimberly Geschwin, and she sells a single license font, and I've purchased probably 5, and they're $5 each. And then she also has an all fonts license for $300. After a year, I still am using the same 5 fonts. You can buy fonts on Teachers Pay Teachers and a few other places, and sometimes if you look in the terms of use, they may say that a single license is part of the price. But I always say that a single license is purchased, because I have purchased. The other thing I will also add to my credits and thank yous, I will make my own little box. Actually, I'll make a shape, and I like to now make comments. If I made this cover in Canva, I would acknowledge that. I also have just used a stock image. I have to acknowledge the person who I got the stock image from, and that is a website called Speaking of Images, and she works specifically with teachers. I gotta get this. Okay, so put your logos of all the clip art and font artists you use for a credits and thank yous page. Thank you page. Those are the 3 that you need before your document is done. So first page, table of contents, terms of use, thank you. Sorry, 4 pages that need to work on. When this is all done, you're going to go up to File and you're going to save as a PDF. Now, here is your first cost. Up until now, we can pretty much make a product without buying anything. You might have bought clip art, you might have bought a font or 2 or 3, but now I have no way of getting around this step for free. I just don't know it. I have been in a few Facebook groups. Nobody's doing this step for free. So if you're out there and you know how to do this step for free, great. But right now, and the step that I'm talking about is securing and flattening your PDF. I'll talk about this more in the next video because we're going to do it really quickly. So there are 2 options that I know of how to secure and flatten. And if flattening is first and then securing your PDF, and neither one is cheap, but one's cheaper, definitely cheaper than the other. The first one, and that's the one I was told, is Adobe. I use Adobe, I can't remember the word, Adobe Creator. It costs me, as a Canadian, $20 a month. And for some months that I never used PDFs because I was making so many boom cards and I wasn't bringing them over to TPT, I wasn't needing PDFs. So that was a little bit annoying that I was having to put out $20 a month for some months that I just didn't use it. I'm still using it right now. However, probably within a month, I'll be switching to option number 2. And option number 2 is provided by Bearwood Labs. You can find them on TPT. And they offer a flat pack both for PC and for Mac. The PC version is available on TPT. If you have a Mac, like I do, you've got to go to bearwoodlabs.com. Bjorn is a former teacher, so he understands some of these things, and he's got products. These are created for TPT sellers. And with the flat pack, you can both flatten and secure it. What flattening does is it prevents many people from lifting the clip art or the font from your product. And then securing it means they can't take the rest of it. So both steps are needed. I will put a link down below to both Adobe and Flatpak, but look at both of them. I don't know if there's a trial. There's a trial for Adobe. I don't know if there's a trial for Bearwood, because I haven't tried it myself. But based on the groups that I belong to on Facebook, they all love, I would say the majority of them love Bearwood Labs. And they tell me, they say that Bjorn is super helpful. So that's an option there. So what is your homework for next week? Here is your homework. As you saw on that page for your TPT product upload, you not only need all those documents that we did, but you are going to need a square cover. Okay, I made a cover in PowerPoint that was rectangular because it's part of the document. I need a square cover, and I make 95% of my square covers in Canva, and you can do them for free in Canva as well. And I just acknowledge Canva in my credits page. But you have to make a product cover. Now you saw that I missed putting in product pictures because I haven't taken product pictures for this resource. So take your product pictures, spend an hour taking photos, print them out, color them. If it's digital, just take screenshots of it. But if it's a paper-based product, print them out, color through them, maybe even get a picture of a little one's hand or an age-appropriate hand on it so that it just looks a little bit more real. And so you're going to make your square cover, 8 by 8 or 12 by 12. You are going to make 3 thumbnails, 8 by 8 or 12 by 12. You're going to make a product video. I will have a link at the end when I do this thing, if you've seen my videos. There will be a link to how to make a product video doing screen recording. So basically you're going to have your PDF ready. You're going to have a cover, three square thumbnails, a product video, and start writing up a product description. Again, I've got a video for that as well. These are all important things. You need to know what you're going to price it at, right? It's a ton of things. I don't want that to scare you because it gets better as you go. But the first couple times it feels like it's hours upon hours of work. I'm not going to kid you. It feels that way. So just set aside an hour and then push through as much work as you can in an hour and then do the next step. So I have a TPT checklist plus a template of a terms of use coming. I don't know if it's going to be ready at the time of this upload. I'm working on it. I'm only one woman. I can only do so much. So that's your homework. This weekend's video is my most requested video lately, and that is how do you upload Google Slides to TPT. I'm actually going to take you through 2 different ways of doing it. One is a little bit easier than the other, but they're both used by many teachers, so I'll show you 2 ways, and that's this coming video. Next week's Tuesday video is going to be the actual upload. We'll have all our thumbnails and our covers and everything is going to be done, and we're going to just upload it all. Okay? Yeah? Good. All right. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are staying safe and healthy. And we'll catch you, yep, you know, in the next video. Take care, everyone.